Spirituality is not easy. It means changing your entire viewpoint. It's a very interesting line. Spirituality is not easy. Because what is the first thing, find out what is the spirituality? Spirituality, please appreciate, spirituality, when you say that word, it is not about spirit, either the drinking or the ghost. Spirituality means which is something beyond secular as well as the religious. The human beings have got two very important identities. One is a secular identity, other is a religious identity. Secular identities are millions and millions and millions. Religious identities are also thousands. But the one who is gaining these identities, both religious as well as the secular, is just one entity. So that person, when you're coming to know about that individual, the person, the I, the individuality, knowing about that is a spirituality. It's as simple as that. Today's world is a binary world, as they say, is like where the difficulties or the argument, the conflict, the war is between the religious ideas and the secular ideas. That is why if you see that clearly, suppose you ask somebody who you are, nobody shall ever answer who he is. Always he shall say what he has. This identity is of million kinds. The secular identities that he has or the religious identities that he has. Ask the person who you are, what shall he say? Maybe I'm a man or woman, that's the physical body. Rich or poor, riches outside. Educated or uneducated, degrees outside. Married, unmarried, different types like that. Young, old, millions, millions. A traveler, seer, hearer, all so many identities has got. Fed up with these identities, fed up with the limitations of these activities, the person searches for this solution in the religion. When he goes to religion, he picks up a religious identity. They are the religions or the religionist. Instead of helping him to understand who he is, picking up these thousands of secular roles, he gives him a new religious identity. You are a follower of this God, you are a believer in this faith, you must believe in this, you must follow this God, you must follow these things, or you must follow these practices. So what are they doing? Instead of helping him to know who he is, they are adding to his identity, a religious identity. That is why you shall see in the world, sometimes people are tired of secular identities, go to religion. Tired of religious identities, go back to secular thing. Jumping the wall. Why? Because spirituality is something not about what money you have, what job you have, what families you have, or what God you believe in, what faith you have, or what practices you are having, but it's completely about one subject, who you are. There's a difference between who you are and who you think you are. That is two different, you can take those two lines. You know who you are, and that is something universal. And then the next one is who you think you are, or who you are made to think who you are. Can it be simpler? I don't know what to say. So he says it's very difficult. Spirituality is very difficult. Why people say so? Because it challenges all your faith. You have to just very nicely say no. The spirituality is not very easy. Why? It means changing your entire viewpoint. True? What all you take yourself to be. You have to change your entire viewpoint. Because you have been a liar. My favorite statement, you know that I is a lie. The I is a lie. Because that any word is a lie. Because please see, because of the flower, please think of that. Because of this hibiscus flower existing, therefore you give a name. Or because there is a name, therefore the flower is existing. Because there is an object called paper, the name is created. Or because there is a name called paper, therefore the object is created. Strange, simple thing, friends. How many types of names? There are thousands of languages, thousands of names, and none of those names are the truth. Right or wrong? Do you want to see flower? Do you want to see poo? Do you want to see pushpam? Do you want to see phula? How many names? But how many objects? The object is one, but 1,000 names. Even 1,000 names of God. 1,000 names, but all point out the same thing. So all the names are a lie. It doesn't solve your problem. You want to eat, are you hungry? Yes. Eat some roti. Eat the word. Roti is a lie. But what the roti stands for, that has some substance. You can't eat names. That is why this Shabda Jnana, when you pick up the words and words and words, you can be a nice encyclopedia. You can know about everything. In Oriya language they say very nicely, Bari Vaigana, Puthi Vaigana. Meaning, the brinjal in the book and the brinjal in the field. The brinjal in the field will satisfy your hunger. The brinjal in the book will not satisfy your hunger. You have got all the names in your head. Library, a walking library. But the person doesn't understand any meaning of it. What will happen? Because every word, understand, it has a job to do, a function, but it is a lie, because you cannot rely on it. The words mean nothing. Suppose I say, I shall give you some money. Okay, give money. I write down in a paper M-O-N-E-Y and give it to you. Will you like it? What are you talking? Give me money. Yes, I'm giving you money. Take M-O-N-E-Y, M-O-N-E-Y, M-O-N-E-Y. What will you say? What is that? You want something what the word stands for. How can you hold on to the word? Unfortunately, if the secular world, at least little more practical, they don't believe in that. Religious world, say you take the name and everything is fine. Just repeat the name. Koham, 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 soham, soham, aham brahmasmi, aham absolute, ishwaroham, right? Anandoham. Repeat. Who says not? That is why it's a lie. Understand? The word is a lie because it doesn't, you are not aware of yourself, you are only aware of the name of the self. A name that is given. So as a result, this if you are a lie, listen carefully, if you are a lie, whatever you are holding on to, that also will be a lie. Whatever you speak also is a lie. Whatever the liar speaks is a lie. Like that simple story of the children. The 3 children were playing about. That's my favorite story. They are playing about, there is a puppy, and all the 3 children are playing nice game. What is that? Whoever can tell the best lie can have the puppy. Whoever can tell the lie, the best lie, then that puppy is his. One religious person was passing by that way. Call it religious, call it some average ordinary person, passing by that way. And especially for religion, don't tell lie, that's a heavy punishment for a lie and all that stuff. So, he is telling the children, you are not supposed to play this game. You must always speak the truth. Then the leader of the gang, the 3 children, the fellow said, Sir, you have never told a lie? Always spoke the truth? Never tell a lie? He says, I never told a lie. Sir, the dog is yours. Because whoever tells the best lie will get the puppy. So the person said he has never told a lie. So that is the biggest lie. So they gave the puppy to the person. There are 3 people playing about themselves, 3 friends. And they were in a very genial mood. So they were talking to each other. Hey, let us talk about what is your weakness, what is our weaknesses today, let us talk about. The one fellow said, no, I don't have weakness. Come on. Come on, tell, what is your weakness? Said, no, I don't have it. Come on, what is that? All right, if you say so, I have a terrible weakness for food. Okay. The second fellow was told, what is your weakness? The second person, no, I don't have it. Come on. Then he said, okay, I love to drink. Right. Now the third fellow is there. Now both of them who have told about their weaknesses, now they are very, very serious. Now you tell, do you have any weakness? He said, really, I can't say anything. But I don't have a weakness. I don't have a weakness. The other two got very angry. He said, you now know about our weaknesses, but you are not telling. You must have some weakness. Tell us what is that. He said, really? I don't have any weakness. How can I tell? You can't say that. How can you not say that we have already shared? You must say. He said, how can I lie? I don't have a weakness. Then he said, no, don't be so stupid. Then he said, all right, if you are so insistent, I have one weakness. What is that? I tell lies. The fellow who tells lies, whatever he tells about himself is a lie, right? Because the fellow is a liar. See, the fellow is a liar. Whatever he tells becomes a lie. Ahankara is a lie. The I thought, please understand the one word, the I, aham, ahankar, is one word which has absolutely nothing to, no role to play in life. Please think of it. Which is a redundant word. Please see. Simply say I. What does it mean? Who are you? I. People will still wait, no? Because it is something has no alambana. It's something, it needs an alambana. It needs something to be identifying with. Who are you? I. What I? I am. What? Begins. Bahushakha anantasya buddhayo abhyavasayinam. The person who doesn't know anything about himself, that's what. How many ideas you have picked up about yourself? I, yes, child, old, young, man, woman, rich, poor, educated, uneducated, having this job, not having this job, married, divorced, traveler, seer, hearer. All these the fellow I say, nothing belongs to him. When he says I see, the eyes see, therefore I say I see. So I hear, ears hear, therefore I hear. I'm a man, the body is a man, therefore is a man. The body changes, you change your body to woman, you say I am a woman. So the I has absolutely no separate existence. This word I is dragging everything to itself. Pick up some knowledge, singing, singer, music, musician, teaching, teacher, philosophy, philosopher, scientist, science, scientist. Who is he? Nothing. The same fellow now gets tired of these thousands of different roles. Now he goes to religion. And what the religion person says? You are Sachidananda, Brahman, absolute. Now he goes on repeating. Previously he was repeating, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm a scientist, I'm a painter. Now he says, I am liberated, I'm a follower of this and that, I'm a wise man, I believe this, I don't believe this. What are you doing? You have given up a particular set of beliefs and have picked up another set of beliefs. Just like you have got a comparison, You are a physicist, I am a mathematician. Mathematics is better than physics. I am a historian, you are a geographer. History is better than geography. In religion, my belief is better than your belief. My God is better than your God. My practice is better than your practice. The way I speak, you don't speak. The way I practice things, you don't do these things. What? What are you doing? Who is creating all this conflict? Only one entity, friends, only one entity, and that is universal. I, aham, ahankar. One thought, which is like an octopus. Octopus has only 5-6 legs. It has got 1,000,000 legs. The I is an octopus with 1,000,000 legs. Catch. Identity. And then you shall see the difficulty. Why the difficulty? In giving up, because if you say, give up that identity, he loses a limb. That is why everybody shall feel challenged. Whether you are a religious person or a secular person, informed person, uninformed person, you shall feel completely challenged because your identity, your existence is depending upon a particular information, a particular belief, or a particular practice. When you challenge a practice, practitioner is challenged. When you challenge the information is challenged. When you challenge a knowledge, the knower is challenged. When you challenge a belief, the believer is challenged. Are you getting that point? So the I is continuously feeling challenged. How many roles you have got? If you have got 1,000 roles, 1,000,000 roles, you shall feel 1,000,000 times challenged, 1,000 times challenged. Because you are not aware of who you are, but you are identifying with the role. That is why, for average person, as he says very nicely, self-knowledge, spirituality is not easy. Because the individual is so comfortable with different type of little roles, and when you want to tell him about himself, every idea about him is challenged. A believer feels challenged, non-believer feels challenged. The person with a belief, everybody challenges him. So the non-believer thinks he is superior. You can challenge his disbelief. You challenge the disbelief of the non-believer, he shall feel challenged. Understand? So, this is where the problem comes. Thousands of roles we are in. We have picked up these identities and so used to, so used to hold on to these roles that without those roles you shall feel naked. Without these roles you shall feel nobody. Suppose you are chanting and making a life in money, making some money in life. Then what happens? Somebody says, this chanting is useless, this singing is useless, this teaching is useless, this, what are you producing? Pumpkin, useless. What are you doing? I am having this job, useless. You shall feel destroyed. Because that gives some meaning to you. That is why religious people feel challenged. Secular people also feel challenged. Just 2 words. But go into the details, friends. See for yourself. How many secular identities? Religious feel challenged. How many ideas you have got? Every idea you challenge, somebody feels challenged. If every idea about yourself is challenged, you feel challenged. Please understand that point. Every idea about yourself is challenged. I am a rich man. It's not you. You are not riches. You are not rich. Riches are somewhere. Oh, I am a poor man. Poverty is another condition. How can you drag a condition to yourself? You understand? You feel challenged. That is why you can see many religions or the secular world, you can see that authoritarian, very authoritarian. Authoritarian means this is the only book, this is the only God, this is the only truth, this is the only practice. What happens? The book itself doesn't allow the challenge. By an religious declaration, they said, you shall not disbelieve. You shall not question. What a thing it is. Think of it, friends. An authority which doesn't challenge, which doesn't allow the challenge or dissent, becomes authoritarian. A book that doesn't encourage challenge, it's a superstition. The religion or a belief which doesn't allow any type of questioning is absolutely, what shall I say, predatory, meaning which can, like a predatory animal, it wants to kill people, destroy people. It must allow if it doesn't allow the challenging. Whereas you look at the Gita, what does Bhagavad Gita says? Krishna says, Arjuna, what he says? Tad vidhi, know this reality of yourself. Pranipatena pariprasnena shevaya. Pranipata sheva. Respect, believe, okay, show your respect to the teacher, all right. But then, just because respecting, I will not question. Whatever my teacher says is right. Whatever the book says is right. No, pariprasnena. Paritaha prasnam kuryat. Question from all directions. That is, the Upanishad is Prashna Upanishad. The Upanishad is full of questions. The students come just to bombard. Now, Guru Maharaj said, therefore it must be true. No. If you do not believe, you question. And a wise man, the person who is aware of himself and therefore aware of the beauty and grandeur of every individual in this universe and everything in this universe, doesn't feel challenged at all. Why? If the average person who is stuck to an idea doesn't have an answer to a question, here is a person, the wise man who is aware of himself and therefore the entire thing as it is, has answers for which you have no questions. That is the confidence level, absolute confidence. He has answers for which you have no questions. How can you question? Please understand, friends. You don't know the subject. From the way the person asks a question, from that you shall know how much he has studied. What is computer? What a best question on a computer. What is Vedanta self-knowledge? Wow, wow, wow. Are you getting that point, friends? So this is something very, very clearly to be understood. At no time, nowhere, questioning must be stopped. Everybody must challenge, understand carefully. If you do not understand, you question. So the religion which discourages questioning, authority which discourages challenge, intelligence are the books that discourage any type of probing. What type of life is that? What type of thinking is that? What type of belief is that? Whereas in self-knowledge, spirituality, where the understanding about yourself, you shall naturally feel completely challenged because all that line is very nice. Why it is difficult? It means changing your entire viewpoint. You have to change your entire viewpoint about yourself, who you are. Listen carefully. You don't have to, the beauty of this earth. And it is so difficult because you have to change, it looks like it's difficult because you have to change your entire viewpoint. But in reality it's very easy because you don't have to change your viewpoints. You don't have to change the objects or the universe around. You have to just change only one thing, the I. Is it difficult to change the whole universe or to change the one thing called I? Which is difficult, sir? That is why in Yoga Vasishta, when Bhagavan Rama asks, as a student when he returns, before the consecration, he asks Vasishta, I am going to be the next king of this place. But I am not the first king, nor the last king. Before me there are so many kings have gone. The Rama's Vairagya, when you see that in Yoga Vasishtha, is amazing. Every youngster today's world must read that. It's so beautiful. I'm not the first king, I'm not the last king. Before me there are so many kings have gone, by listening to whose name the world was trembling. And I'm surrounded by so many different types of people. And especially because you're a king, you are surrounded by flatterers. Nobody shall speak the truth. Conspirators, jealous people. How do I live among these crocodiles? How does a person live in this world? Every person has that type of question. And that time, Vasishtha did not say, kill them all, remove them all, change them all, throw them all. No. Beautiful. It must be remembered by, it must be written everywhere around the world in every billboard. It is impossible, you cannot change everybody. You don't need to change everybody. And he gives a beautiful example. Rama, when you are walking on this earth, different types of surfaces you experience. If it is stone, it will be hard. If it is thorny, your thorns shall prick your feet. If it is ice, it will freeze your leg, your foot. It will freeze your feet. If it is hot, it will scald your feet. Now, Rama, what should you do to avoid this type of pricking, freezing, heating experiences? You cannot cover the entire surface of the earth with leather. You cannot. Impossible, impractical. Cover your feet. Just cover your feet. When you cover your feet with leather, wherever you walk, you shall feel the softness of the leather. The world has not changed. The conditions are not changing, but you have changed. You put a leather under your feet. Same way, Rama. You cannot change the whole world, whole universe. There are billions of people. Can you change them all? Everybody must think like this. You should not talk, you should not smile, you should not eat, or you must eat, you must smile. What is this? Who can ever fulfill your expectations? Listen carefully, friend. Who can ever fulfill your expectations? Why? Because you yourself are still not able to fulfill your own expectations from you. Are you really getting that idea, friends? Does it really get into the skull of yours? How difficult it is. What the people think? That everybody must change around me. Everybody must change? Really? Who is that king? Once a wise man was visiting a kingdom. The king was his disciple. He asked the king, after coming in your kingdom, is everything fine? People are honest? Are they having a peaceful life? The king says, yes, Gurudev. Oh teacher, oh reverend teacher, yes, that is right, everybody is happy. He said, but when I was coming, so many people, I met them, they came to me and they talked to me about how pathetic their living is, how unorganized the whole administration is. Then the man says, oh reverend teacher, I have this big city and there are 7 city gates, big city gates, through which people have to enter. I am the king. I can order it. Close the city gates now. Next second, the big city gates shall be closed to everybody. Even though I am the king or the emperor, I cannot stop this little gate of people, mouth. They shall speak. No king can expect that whatever I say, everybody shall do that. No. You are expecting everything from everybody, right? Have you fulfilled, listen carefully, friends, have you fulfilled your own expectations from you? How many times you have told, never I shall be angry again. Next moment you are bursting, exploding. How many times you have said, I will not eat this food. Then what happens? After some time you eat that food. Never shall I see him or her again. But you are dying to do that until like a patanga, like an insect. You go into that fire until you burn yourself. You never stop. I will not ask anybody anything. Then you go and beg everything from everybody. How do you do that? Cheating yourself because you are a liar. The I is a lie. And it has it's the biggest parasite in the universe. The I is the biggest parasite. Do you understand that example? A parasite who has no life of his own, but he puts his little root into the another root. The mango tree, the banyans are known as the stranglers. You understand? Banyan trees, the another name is strangler. Because they put the root just on the bark of the tree. The crow will leave the seed and a little tree has come. The other tree will be thinking, wow, a little tree now, right? And then what happens? Now that tree grows and it takes over the original mango tree. This is the parasite. Ahankar is the biggest parasite. It takes over everything. Money doesn't feel powerful. Moneyed man feels powerful. Power doesn't feel powerful. The person who grabs power feels powerful. Knowledge doesn't feel like a pandit. Knowledge doesn't feel proud that I know so much. It's the person who is knowledgeable. I know. I'm the scientist, I'm the geographer, I am the artist, I'm the painter, I'm the dancer, I'm the player, I'm a holy man, I'm a wise man. What nonsense! I am a wise becomes one of the roles of many kinds, right? Suppose somebody says, all the boys are bad boys. Oh, I'm a boy, so how can you cannot say that? Right. I'm a wise man. All the wise men are useless. All the girls are like that. Indians are like this. Americans are like this. Yoga is like that. Anybody can say anything, understand, friends, and the moment you feel identified with that little something, you shall feel challenged and devastated and offended. And what shall you say? Yesterday somebody told me, very nice, we were talking over the phone. He says, Swamiji, this ego is the biggest problem. But self-respect I must have. Listen to this carefully. Ego is the biggest problem. Everybody, little or more, they experience it. But self-respect is very important. All right, analyze that word. When you say self-respect, does it mean respect for the self? And who is the respect for the self means what? Respect for myself. Do you have your respect for yourself? Self-respect. Do you feel respected by yourself? Limitless, all-pervasive, immortal, ever-existent, nothing can touch me. Nainam chindanti sastrani, nainam dahati pavga, nachainam kledenti apana, sosayiti maruta. Achedyoyam, adahyayam, akledya, asosyevacha, nitya, sarvagata, sthanu, achalo, ayam, aham, sanatana. I am the absolute, all-pervasive, self-respect. Nobody can shake you. Nobody can challenge you. But if your self-respect is, how do people say that? Huh? You're talking like that to me? You mean to say, I have no self-respect? Should you talk to that man? If you have a self-respect, you will not be reacting. Are you getting that point? What are you're talking that to me? You mean to say, I have no self-respect? Of course you don't have a self-respect. Because if you have self-respect, if you know this self, who you are, and it is unassailable, nobody can challenge. Nobody can challenge. And understand, friends, the moment you feel challenged, your ahankar is healthy, hearty, and bubbly, fatso sitting down there. How can you say that to me? Oh, who are you? Do you know who am I? Of course, if you are so great, I would have known you by now, right? Don't try for somebody to know you. Know yourself, friends. Even if the whole world doesn't know you. Why they don't know you? Because they don't know you because they are looking at you through something. If the ignorant man says, you fatso, he has a right to say, because his vision is at that level. He looks at everybody through his body level because he looks at the body level. He looks at himself through his body, so he looks at everybody through his body. Through their body. If he looks at himself, I am rich or poor, same thing they shall look at it, rich and poor. It's just like your belief. The person, think friends, how many people know that the earth is round even after studying? To write in the science class, you can say earth is round, or else you will get a 0. That is why earth is round. But how many people really believe that the earth, know that the earth is round? The sun is steady. If you say that, nobody will believe it. The sky is no color, nobody will believe it. The earth is moving, nobody will believe it. Why? Because if that is their perception, that is the truth. Whatever you think about yourself, you think that is the ultimate truth. That is why you feel challenged. And if you are feeling challenged, your knowledge about yourself is not final. Are you getting that point, please? Oof, Mahadeva. Why do you feel challenged? Why your belief is challenged? You find a security in that belief. A belief can be challenged. Please understand, friends. Like a perception can be challenged. A perception can be challenged. Are we not challenging all the time our perceptions? What is science? Science means when you challenge your perception, that is the beginning of science. Her hands are very clean. Really clean? Put on the microscope. Ayyo. On this so-called clean hand, prehistoric animals are crawling. You want to clean it with warm water? Million more will wake up. When you look at it, ayyo. When your perception is challenged, listen carefully. Your perception can be challenged. You see this moving sun, not right. You see the flat earth, not right. If science means, if the challenging your perception marks the beginning of science, challenging the perceiver, the I thought, which identifies every perception. I see, I hear, I touch, I taste, I smell, I am rich, I am poor, I am Indian, I am the believer of this, that. That is the I who should challenge. How can he be so many? Bahurupi? In and through all the uniforms, he is the only one. So when you challenge the perceiver, you challenge the knower, you challenge the questioner, or you challenge the challenger, I am giving a little respectable nomenclature to that I. Why? Because it challenges everybody's identity except himself. So if you challenge the challenger, that is the beginning. If you question the challenger, as you question the perception, is the beginning of science. Questioning the perceiver, questioning the questioner, challenging the challenger is the beginning of wisdom, absolute thinking. That is the real self-knowledge, Brahma-vidya, Atma-vidya. When they challenge, the beauty of it is, in Atma-vidya, when it challenges the you, he doesn't want to, are you getting that? When he challenges you, he doesn't want to destroy you. In challenging you, he introduces you to the unchallengeable, the self, the consciousness, the awareness. Somebody takes away your riches, leaves you poor. Somebody takes away your information, leaves you uninformed. In Atma Vidya, in self-knowledge, when all your identity is taken away, you are shining as the ultimate existence. That is why it is such a beautiful thing, friends. Absolutely easy. Why it appears difficult? Because you have been put on a path. Neti, 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 not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, not... No. Think, friends, just have fun. Suppose you have to sit down and going on, not this, not this, not this. Where is the end? Oh, only I have negated only this Madras only. So many places to be negated. So many identities have to be negated. So many achievements have to be negated. So many roles to be negated. So many thoughts to be negated. Until everything is negated, how can you, until every vasana, tyaga, vasana kshaya, until every vasana is killed, how can I know about myself? So for you to be you, why should others be killed? I don't understand. For me to be me, it's like for you to be you, every dress must be thrown, really. You have got a million dresses. Million. Then you discover the body on which the dress is thrown, dress is put on, that body itself is a dress. That has to be thrown. Ayyo, that has to be thrown. Are you getting that point, friends? Physical body. You take it to yourself. But you don't, even if you take yourself to be the physical body, but you are not proud of your body because you have not made a beautiful body. It is all out of shape, you. So it is covered up in so many thousand different dresses, thousand of ornaments, thousand different of, the makeups and all that stuff. So start removing the makeup. I don't want to see my ugly body. But then somebody tells you, even the body also is a dress. Abba. Your sense organs are also dresses. It gives you an identity. If you say, I see, I'm a seer with the eyes. Hearer in relation to ears. But who am I? Upon, pasyati achakshu, srunomi akarnaha. Apani padoyam achintya shakti, pasyami achakshu, srunomi akarnaha. I am the one hears everything, aware of every sound, no ears. Every sight, no eyes. Apanipada, no hands, no legs. Achintya Shakti, incomprehensible power. All pervasiveness. So when your dresses are taken away, the Upanishads do not leave you naked and helpless. They help you to discover the all pervasiveness. You are the dress over the dress. You are the dress under the dress. Wow, what an idea. Can you bury the space? Can you bury the space? The world must see this. But what gains currency, acceptance in the world is very difficult. Rumba difficult. Very difficult. Only one Krishna will know, Rama will know, or Ramakrishna will know, or Rama. Some nonsense. Really? Understand, friends, the self-knowledge, Atma-Gyan, is the only thing which can be known by everybody. Why? Because whether you like it or not, know it or not, you are already that. That is why the teacher with so much confidence says, Ma bhavishta vidwan tavanastya. Hey vidwan, don't worry. The fellow is crying and crying and crying. Durvara samsara davagni taptam dodhuyamanam duradrushta bhatehi bhitam prapannam paripahi mrityu sharanya manyatvadaham na jane. Oh Lord, I don't know. I'm roasted by this forest fire of samsara. Durvara samsara davagni taptam dodhuyamanam, shaken up, adrushta bhatehi, the wind of the unknown. Bhitam, frightened, prapannam, surrendering am unto you. Mrityoho paripahi, please protect me from the death, change. Why? Saranya manyatvadaham na jane. I don't know anybody else who can do that for me. And what the teacher shall say? Die. good. Suffer. More suffer, better. Huh. Mamhaishta vidwan. Don't worry. Don't have no fear. Asochya nanno sochastvam. The whole Upanishads gives the assurance. What they call is Abhaya Pradhana. Abhaya Mudra. God says, in every God will have this mudra. Why? Come here, I'll protect. Why? Because you are already protected. I am not going to protect you. I'll give one midnight initiation. I'll do a quiet initiation inside a hole in a cave. You have to fast for 10 to 20 days. You have to be lean and thin and skeletal. Or you have to fat like a, what is that, Timi, that whale. What are you talking? And then give you, the person who doesn't know, doesn't show you the possibility, he tells you about the impossibility. Like many times you shall see that. There are governments and governments in the world. When you go to that office, there are the people are there to help you out. How you can do it? You go to our country office, what will happen? There the officer is sitting down to tell you how you cannot do it. But if you give something, of course it can be waived off. Is it like that? You go to a teacher and he tells you how you cannot do it. Do you need to tell me that I cannot do it? Tell me that I can do it. Why? Because I am it. That is why there is no teacher, the one who really knows the truth, shall at any time never throw up the hand in a helplessness. Ayo mudiyade. Mudiyade? What nonsense mudiyade? You are it. If you say you cannot be an engineer, I understand. You can't be a scientist, I can understand. You can't be an astronaut, I can understand. You can't be a billionaire, I can understand. Or I cannot give up anything, I can understand. But if you say, I can't be myself, something wrong with you. Are you getting that? Because you are already that. Because listen carefully, friends. What you want to be, Mahadeva, what you want to be, what you want to become, what you are dreaming of because you are there. What you are waiting to be is different. What you are waiting to be, you may not be. But who you are, who is waiting, is already existing. Do you get that logic? Or difficult? That is why, friends, waiting is a huge pain, waiting. Have you waited for a bus? Roadside, you stand there, wait for a bus. Wait for somebody to come to your house. Wait for a phone call. Wait for a flight. Waiting for God. Waiting for enlightenment. Why the teaching is what? 5 years you must stay. 10 years you must starve. 14 years you must dig a hole and get under it. What? For what? Sir, to go from one point of this space to another point in space, you have to wait. But you cannot wait to reach the space because you are already in the space. Nobody should make you wait for it. It is instantaneous, immediate. Why I don't know it? Because you don't believe it. That is why the job of the teacher is to invoke that confidence, not diffidence. I don't think you can know it, really. That is because you don't know. How can you believe? Nobody has gone to moon. How can you believe that you can go to the moon? It has gone into your idea that nobody can ever go to the moon. So you will never believe even if some people go to moon. You can't believe that man will go to Mars because you have not gone there. Okay, sir, if you don't believe in moon, Mars, I can understand because far away in the unexplored universe, there are trillions of objects there to be explored. I can appreciate if you say you cannot go to a galaxy, you cannot go to another dimension. Who prevents you from exploring your inner universe? And inner universe is not granted by somebody. It's already with you, in you. Just like you have the space and these stars and galaxies and constellations, Your inner universe in a space, Chidakasa, in space of consciousness, there are billions of stars of thoughts. So many, many constellations of many kinds, emotions of many kinds. The space remains as it is, and you don't have to travel there. You have to go from a thought to thought. You may have to go from emotion to emotion, from information to information. But you don't have to go from, can you go to space? What are you trying to do, sir? I am beginning my travel. Where? I want to reach the space. Where are you? With the person, this ego want to have a sense of achievement. I was poor, now I am rich. Achievement. I was uneducated, now I am educated. Achievement. I was so fat, I am thin. Achievement. I was so like a skeletal, now I am achievement. I had no job, I have a good job. I was unmarried, now I am married. I have no children, I have children. All achievements. So the person thinks, I was ignorant, I want to be wise. Achievement, That is where it comes. Who you are is not something to be achieved. Paramchet, how beautifully Shankara says. Paramchet prapte jnatavyam. Aparamchet praptavyam. Beautiful Sanskrit, simple meaning. Aparam. That which is desha, kala, vastu, parichinnam. Which has limited of time, place and objectivity, praptavyam. You have to get it because it is away from you. I am in Chennai, I want to go to Bhubaneswar. Struggle. Kanyakumari, struggle. London, struggle. Anywhere. I am here, I want to be somewhere. You have to struggle. That is aparam. Desha kala vastu parichinnam. Limited in time, limited in place, limited in objectivity. You have to struggle to get all these things. Param chet, what is param? That which is desha kala vastu aparichinnam. Not limited by time, available at all times. Not limited by space, available in all places. Not limited by object, because in and through every object. If it is all times, all places, in and through everything, do you get stranded there, isolated there, or you are helplessly included? Even if you do not want, as Shankara somewhere comments, anichannapi vimuchyati, even if you do not want, you are liberated. Who shall give you this dimension, sir? What a tradition. Anichannapi, even if you don't want, you are liberated. You can come and tell Swamiji, you are a high-class rascal, you are talking nonsense, you are wonderful. I am blaming you, I am sort of vilifying you, disgracing you, and still you are telling I am wonderful. What to do? The truth doesn't change, and what you are telling is not the truth, so don't worry. Because you are looking at me through things that you are used to look at. I am looking at you through things that I am used to look at. At one time I was you, and I know at one time you shall be me. So why am I great? Even if you say I am an idiot, yes sir, I am an idiot. But when you discover I am wise, you say you are wise. Yes, I am wise. How can you be both? That's what it is. You can, same place you can call it the universe. Say same place you can say ashram. How can it be ashram? Locally, ashram. Universally, universe. How can you say mortal and immortal? Mortality from the standpoint of the body, immortal from my own standpoint. Am I the only one? Everybody. So where is your superiority? Where is your inferiority? Wisdom of the absolute, friends. Now think, spirituality is difficult. If spirituality means understanding of yourself, if the spirituality means some type of very kind, compassionate, quiet, never talk to anybody, whenever somebody gets angry with you, you say you are a good boy. And when somebody loots over things, you give him one more thing also to. These are the type of idealistic behavior which has been highlighted as the sign of spirituality, sign of goodness, kindness, religiosity, that has destroyed people. In the spiritual, just change the dimension. Who you are. who everybody is, who everything is, our being. What Bhagavan says, Aham Atma, Sarva Bhutaya Sastita, the self in all the beings, everywhere. Your body moves from here to there. Listen carefully. Simple. Last night I was writing down, thinking over one line. My body moves from here to there. The I am here, the same I there. The body is here. The body goes there. You can't say, I am there. You are always here. Your car is sometimes here, sometimes there. Your cow is sometimes here, sometimes there. These examples of village comes from a village boy. Don't worry about it. Your cow is here, cow is there. Your cat is here, your cat is there. Your friend is here, your friend is there. But you cannot say, I am here, I am there. When you are here, you are not there. Why? Because you are looking at yourself from the standpoint of the body. But the body goes there, the same I who says, I am here, I shall not say, I am there. With the same the I is everywhere. All times, in the midnight, midday, all seasons, every time, all places, wherever you are, wherever your body goes, there you are. Yatra yatra manoyati, tatra tatra samadhi. Wherever the thoughts move, you are in samadhi, you are in yourself. You can add yatra yatra deho yati, samadhi. Yatra yatra hastam yati, samadhi. Yat yat pashyati, srunoti. Whatever you hear, listen, in everything, you are with yourself. That is why that beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita, no? Pashyan, Shunvan, Jigran, Asnan, Gachan, Swapan, Swasan, Pralapan, Vichrujan, Unmishan, Nimishan Napi, Nakinchit Karomi, Yuktamannita Tattvavit. The wise one, the person knows that. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, moving, doing everything. Person says, I never do anything. Indriyani indriyarthesu vartante. The sense organs are doing their job. I am the same reality, consciousness in unto everything. Spirituality. Can you say highest kind? There is no higher, highest there. Only kind. You cannot escape it, friends. Difficult? Please understand. Very difficult to keep track of satellites that are moving in space. It's not difficult to keep track of the space itself. It's difficult to keep track of your thoughts, your physical body. All things around you, continuously changing. Difficult to keep track of it because it's continuously changing. Don't try even to keep track of it. Did you know there will be 5 days of continuous rain in Madras? Did you know now it is sunshine, beautiful? Did you know that what will happen after 2 days? Where 2 days after? In Orissa, people are thinking, wow, the sunlight, now what is that gone? The monsoon has gone to Madras. Now we are a wonderful weather. Last 3 days, getting bashed up by the depression in Bay of Bengal. And somebody very, very nicely has written, this Bay of Bengal has got too much depression, so the Bay of Bengal must be sent to a psychiatrist. Too much depression there, no? Too many depressions there, so he must be sent to a psychiatrist. Are you getting that point? Creation is amazing, friends. And your being who you are, absolutely. I don't want to use that easy, effortless. That's your being. You don't have to reach it, get it, do. Somebody has to give it. Nobody can give it, nobody can take it away. That's your being. So, find for yourself. Sit down, think for yourself, see for yourself. When everything, close your eyes. when everything comes and goes in life. Sun rises, sun sets, earth moves, creation spins, physical body aging, changing, so also sense organs, thoughts of million kinds, rising, setting, gained, forgotten. Even the I thought has no substance. Self, the awareness. Name it as you like. Name it Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sabdyate. Name it Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, Chetana, consciousness. 1,000 names of Vishnu, Shiva, Lalitambiga, million names. Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti. All the scriptures talk about it. Yet it's not a name. It's difficult to remember a name, friends. Nameless is always there. You will have a competition, in memory competition, in relation to names. Who can remember it, who cannot remember it. Nameless, everybody is first. A sound you may or may not imitate. Silence, easy. So name it spirituality, wisdom, absolute, whatever you like, friends. Be the self, who you are, at all times, all places, in all conditions. Thank you, friends. Thank you.